Author and activist Zoleka Mandela is opening up about her battle with cancer. Mandela says she's currently at a stage where she's having conversations with her loved ones about the days leading to her death. The When Hope Whispers author overcame breast cancer twice, but last September she received some bad news. She was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer of the bones, liver and lungs. She has launched a YouTube series titled Terminally Free to discuss her journey. She joins us now to discuss more on this. A very good morning to you, Zoleka, and thank you for making the time to join us this morning. Let's maybe start with a very simple question. How are you doing today?
Today is a very good day for me. It's my daughter's first birthday, and I have a book signing that's coming up, which is really going to give me an opportunity to finally engage with, so many people who have, showed their outpouring love and support for my autobiography, When Hope Whispers. So today's such a blessed day.
Yeah, and I'm glad you bring up When Hope Whispers, because I wanted to ask you about the longevity of the book. Over the years, it's continuously had success in terms of people showing interest, buying copies, and really
Absolutely.
just resonating with your story that you share in the book. Tell us a little bit about the book and why it has remained so relevant in the lives of many over the years.
I think it comes from going through what I have gone through in my life and being in a place where I felt alone, where I felt like I couldn't relate to anyone, where I felt like I couldn't find people who could understand the journey that I was on, whether it was with addiction, the loss of my kids, whether it was with, breast cancer or the sexual and physical abuse. And it's been such a great opportunity to be able to share the story with me that over the years I've found has resonated with so many women, especially taking into consideration the feedback that I've received, and it's just been such a remarkable opportunity to kind of be able to be given the platform, not only to just speak authentically and freely, but to also kind of use my book as a cautionary tale to a lot of my readers.
I want to move on to your prognosis, but before you do, just tell us where your readers will be meeting with you this afternoon and the kind of conversations you're hoping to have with them.
So we have, it's the first book signing after so very long. It's something that I've always wanted, and I've actually put on my bucket list that I want to have a book signing. It's happening in Melville at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the Book Circle Capital, and that is in Melville. And it's really going to be an update on what has happened since When Hope Whispers, a book I authored how many years ago? Over 9 years ago. I had initially gone as far as attempting to write another book, and that's where I am now, is actually writing the second book.
Yeah. Let's talk about your prognosis. You're a 2-time breast cancer survivor, and you recently, a few months ago, received quite a dire prognosis on a latest bout of cancer that is, many would think, ravaging your body. What was it like the day that your doctor shared that news with you?
It was thoroughly devastating, for lack of a better word. My fear has always been what would happen to my children, what kind of impact that would have on my children, because I've always prioritized my children, having, been a mother that's robbed her children off of a good mom. And I speak with regards to my oldest kids, one who passed away in 2010, Zanani, unfortunately, my son now, who's able to kind of have seen, a turnaround or a change in me. But I feel like I'm in a place where I'm running out of time, but at the same time, I'm living my life. And I use the hashtag terminally free intentionally as a reminder to myself, my loved ones, and my kids, especially with with my YouTube channel, where it's really speaking about my journey with breast cancer. So not only am I going to be sharing on the diagnosis, I will carry the viewers through my treatment, what it really is to live with terminal cancer, and being someone who has recently now been diagnosed with brain cancer. But also just to remind people of the importance of terminally free, and that for me stands for still finding the beauty that surrounds you. It's for me, it's being reminded to live in the present. It's being reminded to be blessed for what I already have. And I've been given an amazing opportunity, especially with the YouTube channel, to be able to reshape my own narrative, to be in a place where not so many women are afforded, where everything that is going to be told and said about me is going to 100%, 1000% match what I want to say about myself, and what I'm feeling, what I'm going through. And so I'd like to focus more on, the positive, despite, the sudden diagnosis that I think for many reasons has kind of made life that more precious. And left me feeling as if, we really are kind of living on borrowed time, and I just need to, at this moment in time, just kind of plan everything. Because another fear of mine is not wanting to burden, for instance, my family with, the what ifs. I'm in a place right now where I want calmness and I want peace. My name means tranquility, and there has been nothing about my life that's been tranquil or serene. And I'm changing that. Terminally free is about finding peace within myself. It's about creating that peace. But most importantly, I think it's important to continue, inspiring women to share their own story. I think there's an avenue there for me to be able to empower women about breast cancer, about living with with terminal cancer. It's about what it is that I go through as someone who struggles with addiction, being a single parent, of 6 children, and so forth.
Yeah, and so I'm so glad you've described what you have in the way that you have, because I was going to ask you about your intentionality about the way you live, the dancing lessons you get, the workouts, the herbal concoctions you expose us to on social media, documenting the growth of your children. So you've been very intentional about focusing on life and not the diagnosis and where it's ultimately going to lead. So with that, what kind of conversations do you have with your children in particular about their futures and the possibility that you may not be there for big milestones that will eventually come to them?
So my kids are young. I mean, of my surviving kids, I've got my almost 21-year-old. So he's really like in the loop about exactly what's going on. As far as the younger ones, I mean, I have to be very careful with what it is that I share, and so I do it. They are in therapy for, my diagnosis, and they know that they have in me someone that they can talk to. So, I mean, I think what I feel and what I've found is my kids are fine because I'm fine. But at the same time, I'm very realistic about what I'm feeling. I never have the same day every day. There are days where I can't get out of bed. I'm in physical pain that's just debilitating. There are days where I'm actually resuming my Kizomba lessons, so they see that they're part and parcel of that. And it's really about living just despite unexpected death. I'm in a place now where, as I said earlier, I'm writing, the second book. I'm capturing moments. I'm making sure that stories are going to be told in my way. I've got plans for my kids. I've got plans for my funeral. I've got plans for this, that, and the other that affects what's going to happen to me in the days leading to my passing, and what happens after, and what kind of legacy I would want for my children.
Such wonderful conversation. I wish we had more time. Zoleka Mandela, thank you very much for opening yourself up to all of us. And do keep those social media posts going. Some of us absolutely enjoy you and the optimism that you share with us all. And good luck with the book signing today. That is Zoleka Mandela joining us to speak about Terminally Free, the YouTube show that she has on her channel, but also the book signing she'll be having this afternoon and the kind of conversations she'll be having with women who have different struggles as she has had over the years.